headquarters, ZANU-PF headquarters. Yeah, so there we today in Harare, making an assessment of the issues that are here. You know, in life, we all have our own ambitions, we have our own visions, and how we drive to achieve what we want to achieve, you know, varies. Some people abuse others, some people use others to achieve their own objective.
All right, so as you can hear, we are watching a clip that I saw online of Bishop Maponga describing what he thinks concerning the subjects of what has been happening, the protests that were being organized, and the whole nine jazz, and the overthrowing of the governance of President E.D. Monga. So I wanted to hear what are his comments and where does he stand. I remember when the documentary of TB Joshua came out, he had issues with the BBC saying it was things. So I was like, okay, so are we going to talk about the wrong that is possibly there, or are we going to just talk about the BBC or who's doing it? So that was a different thing. When the Al Jazeera documentary came out, he wanted to talk about the belief systems of Al Jazeera, Islamic, and things. And I was like, okay, but what about that documentary? What it documents, right? The subject matter there. So I've heard him there. So now I'm interested in hearing here. On this particular subject, we're talking about what Zimbabweans. And what I want to do is this on this video. I want to couple this video as a two-piece thing. In the community section, right? So if you go to Church Reality's YouTube channel, right? When you are on the home page, if you go over to where it says post or community, I'm going to post a poll here. Let people that are in Zimbabwe vote on that poll to say, do they want the president there or do they want him out? Okay? And so let people vote there. Do you want him in, or do you want him to remain in power, or do you want him out? Because that is another way of us. Because we've seen yesterday, they kept saying business as usual, and it wasn't business as usual. They wanted to give this assurance of security, and the people were not buying it. People stayed away. So does that not say maybe they sympathize, as the former MP did mention? They somewhat might sympathize with thinking it deserves time to be addressed. So that's what I'm trying to hear. Is he speaking for the people's desire maybe to remove or to have a change of governance, which is normal to want a change of governance? There's nothing wrong about that. Or is he on the side of saying Geza is wrong? Sweet. So the people, that's what I'm trying to hear in this whole discussion. It's the Reality Show, the daily Christian commentary videos. On the earlier episodes, I spoke about the first speech of the president. It was very interesting. In my view, everything that he said, he didn't stand by. But if you go back and you listen to the first speech, and so if you want to see that video, it will be down in the pinned comments. Go check it out. On this one, let's hear what Bishop Maponga was saying here.
But I think the best way to work with people is to identify the right midwives, which I might want to call the midwives, catalysts, people of means, of advice, of counsel, of strategic partnerships, who can then handhold you to deliver your dream or your vision. And many gullible people who remain uninformed about how life, goes, will be used as ponies for other people to achieve their dreams.
Okay, so far he sounds like he's for the current governance. That the likes of Geza and the people that are saying they want the current government out are being used as ponies. So, okay, so far, that's how I'm hearing it. All right, let's continue on.
No, someone might have a political goal that they believe in their hearts that they are meant to be this and that. We have no problem with your goals.
Okay, so Geza's goals, let's put it like that. Okay, so Geza's goals might be that they want the president out, so those are his goals, so he has no problem with those goals. Okay.
They are personal, they are yours. But then where do we come in to assist you to drive to become what you want to be?
So, say for example, we're just taking a hypothetical. So say for example, Geza wants to be president, which so far, that's not the case. He wants the current president out. And so he reflects the views of the people in that they want the current president out. They just want something else except what is currently there, right? And so in that light, then, my question would be, does the goals of Geza then not meet the goals of the people? Anyways, let's go back again to what Bishop Maponga is saying.
It will not be fair that you take common people and then you sacrifice them on the altar of your ambition and your visions. We have seen such kind of politics in Africa for the longest of time, where the masses and the common people, the poor people, are put in front of the firing lines, the protest lines, to shoot each other, to be killed, to be beaten, and then the politician himself is hiding behind the curtain.
All right, so based on this analogy that he has here, it implies what happened yesterday. So it's like, you know what? They wanted you guys to go protest, and they were in hiding. That's how he's phrasing that particular portion of thing, is that he's using the people to go out, but he himself is in hiding. That's why I asked the question, does the interests of the people then are they not the same with the leader? If they voice out their opinion to say, we're not interested in this governance. Like I said, I'll leave a poll in the end. You guys can go vote over there. And just while you're watching this video, if you're watching on the phone, you can scroll it down, go to the channel, or click the profile of the channel, go to the posts or community section. You'll see a poll right there saying, do you want Mnangagwa out or do you want him to remain? And so at that point, the people are echoing the same message. Nobody's been used for anything. It's the same message. If you remember when we were speaking about Zuma must go, the message which was being echoed was pretty much the same. Whether the EFF was echoing that message, the DA was echoing that message, we, the people, echoed pretty much the same. But anyways, let's go back to the analogy that he's saying.
Reporting to the international world that, you see, they are beating my people, that I must lead. And that's not leadership. You look at the lives of Martin Luther and some of the great leaders that I have respect for, the Desmond Tutus and Mandelas, the Winnie Mandelas of this world, who did not mobilize people to come for a protest, but they themselves became the shield for the people. They stood in front. So even with these protests that are coming, and I would think that it's only fair that Geza, Chamisa, And whoever wants to become the next leader, as Geza is recommending, they must stand up in the front lines and walk the streets themselves and come face to face with the system that they don't believe in. Others are ambitious.
But what if the people don't believe in it?
Just for religious, power. They want power. And then they will use people to harvest money from them, and then they can get the power that they need, And if you are not careful in life, you are going to end up becoming an accessory in an ambition for someone to achieve what they want to achieve. Other people have been relegated and have been denied access to things, or they've been insulted as being less than human beings. You are fool, you are poor, you are what, and then they will get married. They will go hunting for a husband, go hunting for a wife, to prove to the world that I'm worth something. That those relationships are usually very abusive, because what the person is looking for vis-a-vis who they are, you are actually an instrument in their hands to tell the world that they are better than what they think. But you're not valuable in that life, as you basically are a chess piece that is being pushed forward to project a certain picture of.
All right, so I think I pretty much have grasped what he's saying. So yeah, Bishop Maponga thinks people are being used. But what if the people do not want, like the video that we posted yesterday of the SABC thing inside? When people are politicians, it's like they sometimes do not read the room. They don't read. The average person's view is pretty much that. Forget being used and all these analogies. Forget the, people projecting the traumas of other people in their life, but the people themselves are showing they don't want these people in leadership. So then what happens there in that case? Should we wait for the leaders to be in front? Mandela, for a very long time, yes, he was in the forefront, but for a very long time, he was in prison. The people kept the fight. Because why? The goals that Mandela was trying to achieve were the same as the people. So when he came out from being arrested, right? When he came out from being arrested, the people were not saying, you were in jail, chief. You were chilling. You were out here fighting. They didn't, because the goals that the goals that they had got him arrested, and those goals were the same with their own. So when do we? Why is it that here it's like we are projecting the goals of no to 2030 on the people being used? But hey, nobody wants that. I'm in South Africa, and I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want someone to be wanting to run a third term. Period. But what's difficult about understanding that? But I think that's the thing with becoming friends with elites. When you become friends with elites, you might become compromised to the elites. You might become compromised to the elites because now they're your friends. You just spoke to them in the morning, and the guy is talking about how he's running around in jets and trying to run or whatever it is. Being friends with these people up there can cause you compromise because you stop reflecting. You stop reflecting that the goals of these people are pretty much the same with the leader that we are saying is not on the street. The leader reflects them because he can represent them when he's in front. If we have you in front, you reflect them. Now, pay in mind, Geza represents the war veterans. He doesn't just represent himself, he represents also the war veterans, right? So it's not one person. If Geza's views echo echo through the others. It's just that those are the views. We don't want the Mandems. We don't want the Mandems. But when people become politicians, it's like they completely lose that sight of view. Yeah, tell me your thoughts. Maybe that's just my thought. When I'm hearing that, I'm hearing him saying, no, people are being used. Okay, but what if people want him out? Yeah, I hear you saying that he might be used. But what if they truly do want him out? Then what? Must we wait for the leader who is being threatened to be arrested? Must we wait for him to be in front before we reflect that we are not happy with the current governance? What must happen? What is it? What's the right mood of action? If we're saying in life, in life, he keeps saying in life. So he's giving life advice. but what exactly is normal life? Threats of operating WhatsApp groups to pay large sums of money, even to pay money for having a radio in the car, paying large sums of money for, you'll pay a license for the TV at home, you'll pay a license for the radio in the car, you'll pay, like, what is normal? Having people that are building currency systems that are collapsing too within the same period of the same person in office? Is that what's normal? Should people accept that? Should they accept that? A journalist speaks out or airs the views of a different person, they get arrested. Is that normal? Does that not sound like the people would be agitated? You see, the views of the average person completely become sidelined when you become friends with elites. So don't be friends with these people and think it won't taint you. It will taint you. What I'm hearing is that he echoes the views for the elites, for the ruling elites, which the people don't want. They might be your friend, but we don't want them. It's not our WhatsApp group, and you are part of that WhatsApp group. You don't want the Mandems. They can go be friends somewhere else. They can go shoot golf, talk about how to write the next speech. They can talk about their charisma when they are together, but not in their place of leadership. That's what I hear. If you are friends with these people, they will affect your viewpoints for the average person. Yeah, tell me your thoughts. It's the Christianity Show, the daily Christian commentary videos. If it's your first time over YouTube show, check out the other videos that are down in the pinned comments. But remember, this channel, we deal with doctrinal things. I think this one, the most interesting part is I've been making these videos because it's important we reflect. You see how people change their viewpoint. Like, what is human value? What do we say? What is human value? Can it only be reflected by the interests of Blessed Geza? Or, okay, if Blessed Geza is so against things, he came out and he said, you know what? There are some crazy plans that are out there. By the way, y'all stop protesting. From tomorrow, y'all be home. It's the end of the protest. Because there are some goals that are very dodgy. That has the interest of the people. But anyways, I'm not in Zimbabwe. I'm only echoing what we are seeing on the media space. Be careful whom you're friends with, man, because it will affect how your message gets echoed across. I think that's what I'm hearing here. The average people don't want him. You read the comments, the video that I showed, the comments, everybody's like, no. Everybody. There is no comment that was actually citing or thinking. But y'all tell me your thoughts. And do remember to go to the community section, make that vote, and let us see from the votes there, what does the average person want? Because here it's been said, no, you guys are influenced. So go over there and tell us, what is it that you guys want? They said you are only echoing the belief systems of Blessed Geza. what do you want?